Hello everyone. So today I will be sharing how to use Mixamo combined with Blender. So you can utilize it to make your own custom animations. So first you need to have an account with Mixamo. And second you need to download the Mixamo Blender add-on, which is on this website. I'm gonna provide with the link in the description of this video. So yes, after you complete those, so you open a new project here. Let's remove the cube. Let's remove these two as well. And then you go into Mixamo, yeah. Over here you need to upload a character. So I'm gonna open here my character, which is this one here, and it's gonna take a minute. It's making a rig. So once this finish, come on, okay, it's still processing. Okay, there we go. So as you see, it's pretty fast. Try to keep your character model lower than, okay, let's see, yeah, around this space on your hard drive, because if it's too much, it's gonna take more time, and then it's gonna be very difficult to read it on Blender with the animations. It's gonna be really laggy animations, and that's gonna make your experience pretty bad. So once you get this done, then you just hit next. You get the shin, you got to place it over here. Then you got the wrist. This one has to be around here. Okay, there. The elbows should be here, and as you can see, everything is symmetrized, so it's actually gonna be a pretty quick process. And then the knees over here, and the grow should be around here in the pelvis, right there. So after we done that, here's an option as well if you got like less fingers. If you have like 3 fingers or 2 fingers. In this case I have 4 fingers, so I'm just gonna leave it like the default option is. So gonna press next, and now is auto rigging. So this one will give you those type of rings that looks like a puppet, like triangles. Yeah, that type of bad rigs that you cannot utilize, but don't worry, we're gonna get there. Okay, after 2 minutes, then you got the animation. As you can see, it seems very accurate. Look at the hands. Well, my hands weren't that good at the beginning, but still you can see that there is some good shapes out of it. So yeah, then we hit next, so we can now see the model, and it's been animated because I was doing it before the video. So let's, for example, get back here. So you can see, you can select any of these animations. They are open source, so yeah, they're totally free. Now if, for example, we select this one, front flip, you see the front flip, and then you see that this one has a mirror option. The mirror is just to change the way that it's facing. For example, if it's doing it to the right, it's just gonna do it to the left. In this case, if it's doing it to the front, then there is not much difference in here. It's like it's now jumping in a mirror. As you can see, the head change the direction just a little because it's like a mirroring. So now that we got that, let's take a look on one of these animations, walk. So we got on walk. On this type of animations, as you can see, it's displaying a checkbox for in place. What that means that this is gonna be traveling on the same spot. It's just animating the bones without the location, so it's gonna remain always on the same spot. Okay, now that we got that, let me just download this, and we have to put with skin, and everything else will remain the same. Download, and this is gonna be on your downloads. So once you get your downloads called running, so we go on Blender, we open import, and we select FVX. So over here you have to leave everything as it is. Armature, yeah, everything has to remain the same. And then go into downloads. Over here in downloads, you're gonna be looking for running. Over here, yeah. So import. As you can see, we got it. So right now it has been successfully placed on Blender. So now we want to get the actual rig, which is different from this type of rig. It's a more flexible type of rig. So first, as I mentioned, you're gonna need the add-on. So you go into file, then you go to preferences, and you search for add-ons. You search where it says install, and you have to look for the place where you have downloaded it. So in my case, it's gonna be called Mixamo. Okay, so this one is. So you press install add-on. Once it's installed, then you're gonna be able to see it here, and then you just enable it. Once you do that, then you're gonna be able to search it over here. It says Mixamo. Now on this part we need to select the armature. So once we get the armature, then just hit create control rig, and that's gonna make a different type of rig, a flexible type of rig, which will allow you to make your own animations, customize the default animations that comes from Mixamo, and then you can just create all type of variations. So now once that's set up, then we're gonna head up to Mixamo, and we're gonna grab a different type of animation. This time it's gonna be the, alright, let me update. Alright, we're gonna grab the front flip. As you see with the front flip, it's changing its location, and we don't have the checkbox, unfortunately, for in place animations. So we're gonna fix this through Blender. We hit download without skin, and we're gonna press download. So this one is called front flip 1. So we're gonna head to Blender, and we're gonna call the import option. We're gonna open FBX. In the downloads, we need to meet what it says front flip 1. We import the front flip 1. As you can see, it brings the armature without the actual model. So this time we only got the animation, we only got in the skeleton because we're just gonna grab the animation. So first, because we need to correct this, we need the pose to remain on the same spot, we're gonna open over here the graph editor. On the graph editor, we need to locate, alright, let's go back. Okay, over here. We need to locate where is this specific location moving on. So as you see, it's this one and this one, the X and the C locations. So we're gonna press H. Alright, we're gonna press okay, yeah. With the H, after you select everything, then it's gonna hide all of it. And we're just gonna need the C and the X. So this time we don't really have a C. We can just go for X, but for more security and just to avoid anything, every time try to do for X and C. So let's start for the X. So we select the X, then we hit home, and on the C you can see that, yeah, as a matter of fact, it did have some type of pattern, some type of path. So after we get that, we go into key and we select a snap selection to cursor value, and this is gonna drop a linear path. So then we select the X. Okay, we got the X, and then we are gonna see here on the X, by pressing home, you're gonna see that it has a path as well, as same as C. So we are gonna do exactly the same. We're gonna open over here where it says key, snap to selection, to cursor selection. So once we got that, we're gonna be able to see that this will remain on the same spot, the armature. Now that we have done that, we can proceed for the next step, which is selecting. So we can go back here and see where it says 3D viewport. So yeah, we can now go back to this, and over here we can go to pose mode as well. Alright, over here, okay, it's actually object mode. So in object mode, we're gonna deselect this, and we're gonna select the new armature that we just imported. After that, we're just gonna apply animation to control rig, and then you see it's loading. Oh no, we got this animation here as well. It doesn't, okay, we need more room, I believe, so let's put 300. Alright, so yeah, it's actually on 56. So yeah, we got this presented to the main rig. Now we can just delete this. So we hit delete, and we got a shiny animation created. We managed to see that animations here, so we're gonna be able to see the action that we just did. Action, armature. Okay, it's because we didn't have anything selected. So let me get back to this. Let me stop this. And over here, yeah. So now we're able to see all of the actions. We got the action 0, which is the first one that we had, which is running. And then we got the action 01. Action 3 is the one that is remaining in place, jumping as a front flip. And then we have a couple of other animations that we don't care about. I don't really know why the Blender is doing this, but you can always remove those extra animations that you don't need. So let's call this running, and on action 3 we're gonna call it front flip. Top of that, we have to go over here where it says Blender actions, and we select all of these and delete. So we were able to delete all of the unwanted animations that were created by mistake in the process. Now that we got all of this, let me show you how to make your own customized animation through the rig. So first we need to create a new action over here. Let's call it test action. With the test action, we need also to select 0 out rig. This is gonna clean everything and it's gonna remain on its default pose. In my case, the default pose for this model is not a T-pose, it's just like standing still with the hands a little outside the body, which is not preferable. What you wanna go always with is a T-pose. Yes, so I just did it this time for this, but I will correct my next models. Now, as you can see here, we got everything selected. We need to do I, so we inserted this first frame, because if we don't do this, then if for example we create an animation here using this auto keying, and then we go back to another of our animations, it's gonna offset our test action because we didn't have a construction base keyframe at the beginning of this action. So then we're gonna apply something here. We're gonna do a customize, just moving the arm a little, and you can move this as well. Gonna open this, so you see here we got something going on now. And then we can also grab this, and then we can grab this again here and go down again, and we just did a custom action. Well, it's not the best animation, but it works for the example. Well, now that we got that set up, we can then leave it as it is and move into a different animation, and it's gonna keep doing what it was doing before for the front flip. It's gonna do the running, and then this one, the test action, will remain exactly the same. Now if you ever want to make this work as a loop, as a looping animation in Godot, you just need to write here loop, and this is gonna be always a loop. So now that we know everything, we're gonna merge these animations into, oh yeah, I was forgetting. So over here you can do the following as well. You can do B to select, and then you can just, okay, actually let me grab the front flip. So you can do this B, and then you grab all of this, then copy, and then you go to the test action. The test action over here you can put paste, and then you will see that we had a merge of our animations. It seems a little weird. At some point she's like breaking out of her body parts. Let me grab a different, okay, let me grab everything again. I just deleted the part that I copy and paste from the front flip, so let me actually grab from here so we can avoid that animations to be so run. So let me press B, and we make all of this, copy, and then test action over here, we paste, and as you can see now, it's not actually that wrong, so it can be used for something. So yeah, there's our custom mix animation with Mixamo. Alright, so now to utilize this in Godot, we just need to go over here where it says view layers. On view layers, we need to grab this, and this, and then we must export on GLTF. GLTF includes selected objects, geometry, mesh, apply modifiers, and on the animations, yeah, all of this is already checked by default. So we're gonna name this Mixamo example, and we're gonna put it on our let's see, desktop, where it says Blender files, Mixamo files, and over here we're gonna export the LTF. After the file was created, now we just need to drop it in Godot by going into Blender files, Mixamo files, and the Mixamo example. So we paste it here, it's gonna import, and it's over here, Mixamo example, and we're gonna drop it here on the 0 scene on my game, and then we're gonna grab, okay, let's see, alright, we're gonna grab this here, and we're just gonna copy what we got here. We're gonna go into edit children, and we're going to select the one that says test action. So we're gonna create a script, create, we're gonna select this option, but this time we actually need the animation player, which is just over here. There's just one down. There we go. So over here is test, that's how to complete it, and then it's gonna do the same action on loop because we configure it for looping. So I can place it here, and then we're gonna run the game. As you can see, we got the animation successfully placed on Godot. It's a custom animation made by myself and also a Mixamo, as you can see. And then you can see this over here, which are all examples that I was doing. It looks so cool, like they are break dancers or something. It's fun. Well, that's gonna be all for today. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, put it on the comments, and also please subscribe, check out my Discord, it's gonna be in the comments. We have a lot of phones on it. Well, have a nice day. Goodbye.